Hello, thank you for viewing our presentation. Today's presentation will be on the rise of Hamilton, presented by Vincent Marcello, Thomas Ortiz, and Eric Morrison. Today's key topics will be Lin-Manuel Miranda's and the rise of Hamilton, success through social media, keeping Hamilton on Broadway, possible solutions, and recommendations.
Okay, so the first topic, Hamilton writer Lin-Manuel Miranda created a Broadway hit that has grasped the attention of millions of people across the United States. His hit has developed into a must-see attraction and is available almost every day in one of the world's largest cities, New York City. The playbill hit exceeds more than $75 million a year in ticket sales and consistently sells out every night. Miranda's hit, Hamilton, is the talk of the Broadway industry and shows no sign of being knocked off the charts anytime soon. The show has done so well that celebrities and government figures have donated large sums of money to ensure that the show keeps on track for future viewers to see. The success of the show has even encouraged celebrities such as Barack Obama, Jennifer Lopez, and Oprah to become ambassadors of the actual performance. Before getting into the facts that helped Hamilton's rise to the top, it is important to firstly acknowledge how Lin-Manuel Miranda was given the opportunity to perform this historical Broadway. As many people know, finance is extremely important to get the tools needed for success. Miranda had the talent and story needed to give the Broadway industry a play that has never been seen before. However, he did not have the funds to turn his script into a live performance. This all changed when Miranda was given an opportunity to meet with President Barack Obama and perform in a poetry jam at the White House. Miranda's reading caused for a standing ovation and quickly opened the door to pitch a possible production of his newly written Hamilton play. When Miranda made his pitch for a hip-hop history lesson, President Obama was convinced that this would be something special for Americans to witness. Apparently, the rest of the people that witnessed the White House performance believed so as well. This led to Miranda receiving $175,000 in advance to turn his story into a visual performance. After spending a couple of years on the smaller Broadway stages, Miranda's Hamilton finally gained the much-deserved recognition and can now be seen almost every night in one of New York's largest Broadway venues, and that's the Richard Rodgers Theater. In the first 10 months after the move to the Primetime Theater, the Broadway earned more than $75 million in ticket sales alone. In addition, Hamilton earned an extra $6 million on their soundtrack and $240,000 in third-party ticket sales. The success of the show grew stronger when the Hamilton team began to interact with fans through social media and ticket raffling events. Hamilton cast members such as Miranda, Leslie Odom Jr., and Jonathan Grove took advantage of the social media platform to showcase their talents and perform songs through YouTube channels and Instagram posts. They also used Twitter to respond to feedback given by the fans. This made the fans feel as if the Hamilton cast was family. For instance, through social media, Lin-Manuel Miranda greets his followers every morning in a way that is uniquely his own. Rather than just speaking to the audience as if they were just fans, he encourages them and speaks to them as he would to his friends. This is a way for Miranda to engage with the audience in a method more personal than a curtain call. Another way Lin-Manuel Miranda successfully uses social media is by not over-promoting. Instead of rambling on about how people should come and see the show every second he gets, Miranda takes the time to encourage fans on how to live life positively. His posts to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook include quotes and pictures that will make his followers smile. Miranda trusts his show will convince the audience to come back for more and spread the good reviews through word of mouth. He also understands that his fans know that he is famous for what he is famous for, and will use word of mouth to click on links on social media platforms that will lead to the show's webpage and ticket sales. The biggest way the Hamilton team used social media was by marketing the soundtrack and book about the making of the musical. Because tickets were sold out and prices were tripled, fans can easily spend $20 and get every song that was performed in the play. This helped keep fans engaged and interested until they had the chance to see the show themselves. Miranda's customer engaging approach has led him to gain more than 2 million followers on Twitter, and 450,000 followers on Instagram. His popularity has given the show itself more than 256,000 followers on Twitter and encouraged more than 900,000 followers on Instagram. What is even more impressive is that the show's YouTube page has gained more than 260,000 subscribers. Overall, Lin-Manuel Miranda has mastered the skills needed to build a successful relationship through social media. His method has helped the show grow quickly and consistently.
All right, with success, there has also been problems that the show has run into. Some of the problems that we'll be talking about are Miranda and other cast members leaving for new opportunities. How should support go after his departure? How should Miranda keep the buzz around him without Hamilton? And how Hamilton is going to use localized promotions to ensure the national tour sells out. The first problem the show needs to address is how to deal with cast members leaving. Due to the great success the show is having, it's only a matter of time before this cast gets picked away by other better opportunities in the performance industry. Key departures are Jonathan Groff, Felipe Coe, Christopher Jackson, and now Lin-Manuel Miranda. Miranda has a lot to lose if the show does not maintain its level of success after he leaves. Not only will his reputation suffer, but he will lose out on a significant amount of money. Currently, Miranda earns 7% gross margin for writing the play, which is around $105,000 a week, or nearly $500,000 a month. Believing it is important for him to distance himself from the show and let Hamilton have success without him being the focal point. This transition could be complicated because Miranda has been the face of Hamilton since the show started. Some of the new endeavors that Miranda would like to take on is Hamilton, assist in the movie adaptation of In the Heights, the form of Mary Poppins. Miranda received an Oscar nomination for Best Original Song for Moana, and he went on to play a part in Mary Poppins. The last problem we'll address is how Hamilton is going to use localized promotion to ensure that the national tour sells out. Now that they're moving away from the big city with all the media attention and all the star power in New York, how can they replicate that success in New York in local markets as they travel? And can they keep the cast diverse and keep them transparent as they travel from city to city? In 2016, September, Hamilton opened its tour in Chicago.
So now on to the solutions of how we can possibly help Miranda move forward and take a step away from Hamilton in the show. So the first biggest piece that we want to recommend is that Miranda completely hands over all aspects of the social media marketing to a team of individuals, either with the show or an outside group that can continue to take the creativity that Miranda has shown and at the platforms and the production and bring the platform and production to new heights. The key to this team is that they need to keep the similar voice of Miranda and the grassroots campaign style that he created. Through another concept that we had was through YouTube and Instagram, that they could actually create videos of the understudies' talents, which will allow for fans to build a connection with them as well. Not only, you know, the understudies, but also with the actual full casted performers as well, to continue to bring forward the individual within the group of the show. And we also believe that the show should continue to maintain the hashtag Ham for Ham to keep the audiences engaged with its overall Hamilton brand, and it will continue to pay homage to what Miranda had started originally. And then the last solution that we had was to create the alumni cast club. The alumni groups could be developed in order to bring them back to their roots that started it for them all, and continue to pay tribute to the show by showing their support for the newly casted characters. With the show and how it gained its original popularity from the support of other famous stars of Oprah, Jennifer Lopez, the Obamas, and in turn the alumni cast club can do the same for the fans that through their followings of the individual cast members. And this is kind of a way to be able to connect the past cast and the future cast without losing sight of the overall mission of the show. And by doing this, the social media will continue to create that family environment that Miranda had originally created when he first started using social media to promote Hamilton. And so in closing, social media is not just a way to promote the show, but a way to create a social environment that allows for fans to feel involved with the show, even if they haven't seen it. Hamilton needs to continue to be active on social networking sites and remain transparent with its fans. By continuing this practice, Hamilton will continue to engage both past and future audiences on its message and demonstrate why this is a must-see show. And lastly, continuing to engage audiences in charitable giving, which Miranda did in 2016 when he raised over $2 million using the Charity Network platform. This type of civic engagement will continue to teach audiences to give to causes that they care about. And thank you for listening to our presentation. And if you have questions and comments, please feel free to give them below.